the software and the streaming service. Okay, I think we are live. All right. Good evening and welcome to Miles Culture Plate. I am your host, Kevin Miles. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, pimps, degenerates, federal informants, and we got quite a show for you this evening. After I itch my nose, excuse me. We have a whole pile of news stories. I mean, this is unusual for one of my Wednesday shows to have so many things going on at once. But, why don't we start like we always do? First off, let me get a little sip of water, because I think I'm going to need it tonight. Sorry if that was loud. So we're going to be reviewing a whiskey. We have Blackened, brought to you by the musicians known as Metallica. Kind of smells like Jim Beam. Not gonna lie. Kind of. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to point out this is a $65 to $70 bottle of whiskey, and it smells like a $20 bottle of whiskey. Let's pour us a little taste here. See how well it goes down. So before I take a taste, this is going to be a tribute stream. This stream I'm dedicating to Donald J. Dankula. If you're not familiar, we're about to get into it. One of the greatest trolls in the history of the internet, our Scottish brother, Count Dankula. Or is he Scottish? I don't know. Brother, you're amazing. We'll get into it. But cheers to Count Dankula. Dude. Oh, dude. Oh, Metallica, what did you do? A bold collaboration of the finest hand-selected whiskeys in an unrivaled composition of craft and creativity, born in cask, forged by sound. I think they're trying to tell me that it was aged in Lars Ulrich's snare drum from Saint Anger. Oh, it's like drinking kerosene from a metal container. Although the aftertaste, once the alcohol wears off, there's a little bit of a fruitiness to it. But that initial hit is just it's like licking the pipe coming out of a urinal. You know how you can imagine what piss smells like, and then how metal tastes, kind of those two things combined. And then as it finishes off and you've swallowed it, then you get a little bit of fruity note. Then it tastes good. Yeah, I would almost rather be drinking Jack Daniels than drinking Metallica's Blackened. Smoldering decay, take your breath away. Blackened. Whew. Alright, so without further ado, I'm kind of doing a lot of this shit on the fly, so kind of forgive me here. I've got windows and windows and windows. Oh, let me go ahead and close Nick Recada's locals chat. Don't need you degenerates distracting me while I'm on my stream here. Okay, here we go. We have Twitter. We have my Twitter brought up, and we're just gonna go through Count Dankula's timeline and look at some of the reactions to the amazing job he did. So if you're not familiar, a few months back when the Dobbs decision came out in the Supreme Court, there were people losing their fucking minds. And Count Dankula did one of the most amazing troll jobs whatsoever. He went on Twitter, changed his profile pic to where he was in a black robe, and changed his name to Justice Dankula, and started just randomly tweeting about how, their decision, his decision, how his Supreme Court decision was the right decision, and people were losing their fucking minds, calling him a misogynist and all these woman hater terms. It was immaculate troll job for the internet. And so, in the spirit of comedy, now my last show, if you watched my last show, I said, I want to cover funny shit. I'm sick of covering stressful Fed ops. This was funny shit, and let's go to the Twitters. So as you can see, we have the Twitter account of Donald J. Trump at Count Dankula TV. So what's been going on is everyone's been kind of anticipating that certain deplatformed people would be getting their Twitter accounts back under Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter. And so it was kind of expected that eventually we would see Donald J. Trump back on Twitter. And there were some fake accounts that popped up here and there, but none of them had that glorious blue check mark. And we'll get into another story later on about the check mark, because if you've been following, there's been some controversy about that there blue check mark. But that blue check mark signifies that you're speaking with the person you think you're speaking with. And Count Dankula changed his profile picture to the former president of the United States and put Donald J. Trump as his avatar name. And so his first tweet under that was, "It's good to be back." Oh, it's unavailable. What the heck? Oh, please tell me that Dankula didn't get banned in real time as I was bringing this up. Hang on. Okay. Okay, hang on. Wow. It actually did. It did. Just while I was waiting to go live, I went, blew my nose, grabbed my bottle of whiskey, it came back to my desk, started the stream, brought his timeline up in real time. 5 minutes had passed. And now check this shit out. His account was locked, violating our rules around verification. You must delete one profile image, one profile bio, and one profile name. Wow. So he modified it to where he's now Donald Trump Muscle Man and went back to Count Dankula. So anyway, well, we'll keep the other screen up. Oh, well, okay. Wow, I can't believe that happened in real time on my show. That was amazing. Anyway, so we got It's Good to Be Back. That had 3,000 replies. And some of them were just juicy, but that was unfortunately one of the things he had to delete. So here we go. Imagine being proud of being... So we had somebody say stupid troll, and he said, imagine being proud of being a Democrat. At least this guy didn't think it was real. Probably thinks Rosie O'Donnell's hot. You got my hopes up. You got a double take out of me. When you have a full room of... Okay, that's somebody just stroking their own tweets. Can you make your dog say America, make America great again? There we go. So if you're not familiar with the dog thing, Count Dankula became famous because he was arrested for making his dog do a Hitler salute. Imagine actually paying for a fake account. Yep. Anyway, so it's great though. Okay, so we got that. Slap a like on this if you could, please. So he said wrong. Oh, he said, yeah, okay. So he said wrong to President Biden. And then, thank you for bringing him back, Elon. I was here. Me too. I love you. He's taken. Don't mind me. I'm here to watch the master at work. So you can tell who gets it. Gotta love the Count. I mean, this is a humor you can't find on Saturday Night Live. Hail to the king, baby. I love you, and then I know. Would have been different but worse. This account is one of the ones that Elon was complaining about. Fat guy in his mom's basement. No, I'm the fat cock in your mom's basement. Ian Miles Chung, aren't you a Supreme Court justice? Calling back to Justice Dankula. No, that was a good friend of mine. Appointed him myself. What a guy. Bigly. I like my blunts like I like my bitches. Fat. Can you give me a green card, please? Sorry, we're full. Here we go. Fuck you, Trump. Yeah, thank you, Elon. Fuck you, Trump. Bro thinks this is really Trump. He is certified. He is certified because he got the verified check. Oh, that was good. He's got the verified check. He got somebody. You aren't funny. Everybody laughing except your miserable ass. True. Very true. So it seems the people angriest about this LARP are right-wingers because Trump isn't actually back. No way, it's funny as fuck. Well, we got a free Nikki Rackets account here. I don't know what KeckNotBot is, but cheers. Here, let me... Cheers with this shitty whiskey. Oh, God. Cheers to TechNotBot for the free Nick Ricada. Free Nick Ricada, y'all. Oh, it's torture. But Dr. Elliot's Page's transracial dog, it. Okay. Got some interesting names in here. Anyway, so I think the fact that he had to change back kind of killed some of the comedy for me. Very, very sad. Very sad. But cheers to Count Dankula. You fucking rock, dude. Oh, guess it'd help if I'd actually... There we go. Switch back to my camera. Eventually, I'm going to learn how to do live streaming. So we've got some other news stories, and one in particular has got me wanting to rant. And I know I said I'm looking to be funny, not angry, but I've got to be a little angry this week. Let me find the other window I'm looking for here. That's not it. Oh no, did I close it? No, I didn't close it. Okay, so for one, I don't know why I didn't see it on here. There we go. So for one, this was Elon Musk's Halloween costume. Now you might remember my last couple of shows, I kind of gave a toast to Elon Musk and said a little prayer that I hope he would do what's right for free speech. Sorry, I gotta have a little water. Ugh. Anyway, so I gave a little hope that, you know, I don't trust Elon. I really don't. I don't trust Elon one bit. And here's a good reason why. His Halloween costume here is like some kind of warrior for Satan thing. He's got like a pentagram and upside down fucking crosses and shit. And, you know, I'm not going to do satanic panic shit. I'm not, you know, as much as I love Mark Dice, I don't do those kind of videos. Like, okay, so he's got some satanic shit, but come on. All right. So he had Halloween. Now let me jump up here, because somewhere in the last 24 hours, here we go. Twitter's current lords and peasant system for who has or doesn't have a blue check mark is bullshit. Power to the people. Blue for $8 a month. So earlier when I was talking about the importance of Count Dankula and his verified check mark and how he was able to use that to fool people into thinking he was Donald Trump, or use that into fooling people into thinking he was a Supreme Court justice. Comedy fucking gold, people. Comedy gold. I mean, Justice Dankula was way better than Donald Dankula. But, I mean, he doesn't miss, man. He doesn't miss. And he uses that check mark as part of his comedy. So here we go. For $8 a month, Elon Musk wants to give you a blue check mark. Price adjusted by country, proportionate to purchasing power parity. You'll also get priority in replies, mentions, and search, was essential to defeat spam and scam, ability to post long video and audio, and half as many ads. And a paywall bypass for publishers willing to work with us, blah, 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 blah. And then, rightly, it started a whole thing. Stephen King, $20 a month to keep my blue check? Fuck that. They should pay me. If that gets instituted, I'm gone like Enron. And he says, how about $8? Okay, so yeah, I guess initially part of the conversation was $20. Now it's $8. AOC chimed in saying something along the lines of, and here, let me take this down for a second, because I want you to see my face when I'm talking about this. Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez said something along the lines of, Elon Musk wanted to buy Twitter to bring back free speech. And then said, your free speech is going to cost $8 a month. This take has been repeated by left-wing nut jobs, weirdos, repeatedly over the last 48 hours. Repeated and repeated and repeated. Oh, free speech is now $8, y'all. Hey, free speech is $8. For one, I'm on fucking Twitter and I didn't pay no $8. You're on Twitter. You didn't pay fucking $8. Unless you've been banned. I mean, again, we still don't have President Trump back. As much as I love Count Dankula, we still don't have President Trump back. We still don't have Alex Jones back. We still don't have Nick fucking Rekieta back. Come on. Hashtag free the nose. Hashtag free Nick Rekieta. If you're not on Twitter posting that shit, then you're breaded. Anyway, if you're on Twitter, you're not paying $8 right now. And you won't be paying $8 after the plan unless you want the blue mark. Now, he's never said that people who already have the blue mark lose their blue mark without paying $8. He didn't say that. Although I find it kind of funny that people are acting like the biggest celebrities and politicians can't afford $8. I'd rather have $8 than see a damn DraftKings ad every 3 fucking tweets down my feed. Sorry, nothing against DraftKings, but I mean, I understand. You got to do your advertising. But I'd pay. But the notion that it's free speech that's for sale. That here we are, not even a month removed from the Alex Jones trial. $960 million for saying, bruh, they might be paid actors. I'm not saying what he said was right. I'm not saying it wasn't defamation. Should have had an actual trial and presented actual damages. But the cost of free speech, $8 compared to $960 million? You be the judge. It's the same people that were cheering that verdict are now complaining about $8 to have a tiny little blue emoji next to their name on the Bird website. Oh yeah, Alex Jones is being held accountable. Oh, wonderful. What do you mean I gotta pay $8 for a blue icon? You're a fucking hypocrite. If that was your take, you're a fucking hypocrite. That's all. I mean, that's all I've got to say about it. And so here we are. We've gone full circle with Elon Musk. Because like I said earlier, it's not the satanic panic. I just don't trust the guy, and within good reason. Because here we go. Twitter will be forming a content moderation council with widely diverse viewpoints. No major content decisions or account reinstatements will happen before that council convenes. Where did it go? Hang on. I lost the other tweet. So he followed up this tweet. Oh, you know what? I bet it's in his... Oh, hang on. It's in his replies, isn't it? It's in his fucking replies. Because it was originally... Yeah, here we go. Where did it go? Sorry for the clicky and mouse wheel sounds. Wait. He's replying to Spike Cohen. Damn it. I'm gonna have to check that here. Let's do it in real time. Fuck it. Let's do it right here in front of y'all. Spike Cohen. Seniors are getting the biggest Social Security increase in 10... Okay, so Spike's just commenting on... Okay, so that was another thing that I wasn't planning on covering. The Twitter fact checkers have fact-checked a left-wing official source. The White House. Seniors are getting the biggest increase in their Social Security check in 10 years through President Biden's leadership. And then it got fact-checked. Well, the seniors are receiving a Social Security benefit increase due to the cost of living adjustment, which is tied to the Consumer Price Index and therefore the inflation rate. So yeah, they're receiving the biggest increase they've ever received because we are seeing one of the biggest spikes in inflation we've ever seen. So, yeah, if our economy wasn't fucked, then Social Security folks wouldn't be getting a bigger check. Cost of living, folks. Think about it. When your job wants to give you a 2% fucking raise, do the math. Inflation is 9%, and your job's giving you 2% a year. Yeah. Sorry. Wasn't expecting to go on a economics rant here. Okay, where? Jeez. I've got to find it. Okay, I think this is it. This is it. Okay, found it. Found it. Look at me. Okay, so this is Yoel Roth, who is a Twitter executive, and there are lots of shady shit that Yoel Roth has said in the past, but he's also a person who I guess has been pretty honest with Elon so far about the bot problem. So I'm assuming Elon has trusted him to some degree and hasn't fired him yet, and maybe won't. But obviously left-wing bias, and obviously Elon Musk still has some of his own left-wing bias. So Yoel Roth, we're staying vigilant against attempts to manipulate conversations about the 2022 U.S. midterms. Read on for independent analysis of our team's work. 1 week before midterms, here's a report we just put out on 6 networks that Twitter released to outside researchers. 5 of the 6 had a fair bit to say about American politics, including the election. They varied, but fake Dem and fake Republican perspectives, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go through the whole breakdown of what they're doing about, quote, election disinformation, because quite frankly, it's probably going to set me off on another tangent and another angry side thing. But here we go. Elon Musk talked to civil society leaders, Greenblatt of the ADL, Yale Enenstadt of the ADL, Rashad Robinson of Color of Change and Voting While Black, Jessica Gonzalez for Justice, CEO at Free Press, at Change Terms, FBO Oversight, board member America's Voice. What is America's Voice? Let's see. Oh, look, civil and political rights for immigrants and their families. Okay, so left-wing garbage. The Asian American Foundation. Derek Johnson of the NAACP, CEO. Oh, the George W. Bush Presidential Center. Oh, okay, so we have 2 people. Oh, wait. No. We have the George W. Okay, I don't know who Ken Hirsch is. They apparently don't have a Twitter. But we have the LULAC, We Walk, We Vote. I don't know who that is, but what do we have here? Oh, Latino community, Puerto Rico, U.S. and Puerto Rico. So we have... Now remember, a few days ago, or the tweet I just showed you from a few days ago, he said he was going to create a council of diverse voices. And here we have left wing, all racial politics, except for the George W. Bush Presidential Center. I think that may be who Ken Hirsch is. Let's Google Ken Hirsch. Or DuckDuckGo. Here, I'll bounce this out. So, yes, he's the CEO of the George W. Bush Presidential Center. So the one thing that could even remotely, of all these civil society leaders he's talking to about combating hate and harassment and election integrity, the only remotely conservative was Ken Hirsch of the Bush Center. And fuck George W. Bush and fuck Ken Hirsch. I mean, quite frankly, I care nothing about the Bush Presidential Center. What the fuck do they have to say about harassment and election integrity? Seriously, Elon Musk. These are the people you're talking to about how Twitter will enforce its rules in the future. You're talking to the ADL, America's Voice for Latinos, the LULAC for Latinos, the Asian American Foundation, the more ADL, more NAACP, and Voting While Black, Color for Change. I'm not saying you have to stack it with white people. I'm not saying that. Sure, leave all these people on there. But can we get some Heritage Foundation? Can we get some, I don't know, Free State Project maybe? No, too libertarian. Can we get anyone on the libertarian right? Can we get anyone even on the libertarian or the Green Party type leftists, the non-establishment leftists? Can we at least get some of those on there? No. It's all, let's talk about how to prevent racism. Let's create our whole election integrity and harassment policy. Let's make it all about racism. I'm not saying don't include racism. I'm not saying don't talk to these people. I'm saying, can we get the diversity you fucking promised, Elon Musk? Because this isn't diversity. These are a bunch of organizations that do nothing but talk about race and the George W. Bush Presidential Center. That's not diversity. So Elon Musk, I take back the cheers I gave to you the other day and the praying that you would do good with Twitter. Because here we go. Twitter will not allow anyone who is deplatformed for violating Twitter rules back on the platform until we have a clear process for doing so, which will take at least a few more weeks. Free Nick Rekieta. Free Alex Jones. Free Donald Trump. Free everybody. Maybe not everybody, but James O'Keefe, come on, James O'Keefe. Can we not allow James O'Keefe to fucking tweet? Can we not allow Nick Rekieta to post his show links? You mutant. Cheers. It's fucking torture. Oh, man. You know the piece of meat guy from the one video who's there? He's got no arms, no legs, can't see, can't hear, can't do anything. He's just laying there as a fucking... Like... It'd be even more torture if they gave him Blackened. Dear Lord, people. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to have to mix that with Coke or Dr. Pepper. Ugh. That's horrible. Ugh, sorry. So there was another pretty big news story that came out in the last couple days. You can't fucking trust Elon. You can't really fucking trust anyone. And we haven't been able to trust a lot of people for the last couple of years. And some of those people might be a little sorry for what they've done. This is my last free article from The Atlantic. Let's declare a pandemic amnesty. We need to forgive one another for what we did and said when we were in the dark about COVID, by Emily Oster. Now, a lot of you may have seen this article over the last couple of days, so I'm not going to read it word for word. But I am going to talk pretty fucking harshly about the concept of letting people off the hook. Because if you're not angry, you're not paying attention. If you're not paying attention, then you're not angry enough. February of 2020. I'm in the Midwest, right? So I watched my regional football team win a trophy. And then I kept seeing these news stories about a crazy plague wrecking China. And doctors didn't know what to do, and they were dragging bodies into the streets. But we're safe here in America, right? Like all these news stories, but most likely it's going to be contained and we'll be safe here in the United States. Now, while our mainstream media was saying that, mind you, Donald J. Trump may have said it a time or two himself that there was no way COVID-19 would wind up in the United States. And our media, as it does, rightfully so, took his words and criticized him for it over and over and over again. But mind you, there were other doctors, there were people on network news saying that what's going on in China could not happen here and would most likely not happen here. I remember those things. My memory is intact. I saw it with my own eyes. You want to know why I remember it? Because I'm a conspiracy theorist. I thought for sure, fucking for sure, it's going to come to the United States. They're not going to stop it there. They're trying to release a plague. This is the thing, my brain, this is the thing Alex Jones was telling us about 20 years ago. Well, 10, 15 years ago. You know, he released that old Endgame movie where he talked about, you know, releasing a super flu that would kill everybody. And releasing it through vaccinations. Anyway, not going to go there. Not going there. No, vaccinations are perfectly wonderful. Consult your doctor. But so at the time, I'm questioning what I'm seeing on the news, and I'm not trusting my government when they're telling me COVID-19 can't come here. And then a week later, well, a few cases have happened in the United States, but they're far away. Oh, well, now you have local cases, but we've got it contained in the hospital. My ass was wearing a mask those first few weeks. And you want to know why? And this is not medical advice. I want to be very fucking clear. This is not medical advice. I'm telling you the way my brain worked. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you how to think. I'm saying this was my reaction to the initial reports of COVID-19. I thought, if what they're saying is right, that it's a sinus thing, and we can contain the spread. Fucking, I know, amazing fucking thought, right? We could contain the spread. I'm thinking this in February. If we could contain the spread to where it's only one or two people in each region of the country, then maybe it'll burn out. Maybe it won't spread. And if the doctors who are handling these patients are washing their hands properly, and people aren't getting on airplanes sick, and everyone was being told. Now, you remember, those first few weeks of the pandemic, everyone was told, you don't need to wear a mask. Just make sure you're washing your hands for 2-3 minutes at a time. Do you remember that? I remember that. People were posting memes about how to sing happy birthday while washing your fucking hands. Like I need to be told to sing happy fucking birthday while washing my goddamn hands. I know when my hands are clean. I'm not an idiot. So that was my thought. But then, in my region, 60, 70 people, the outbreak, it happened. 100 people, 200 people, people in nursing homes, people in long-term care facilities. It had spread. They came on the news. They said, we're going to lock you down to stop the curve, to flatten the curve. The curve was going to spike, and if it spiked too soon, if that curve spiked too soon, then we would not have enough resources to handle the hospital crowding that would result of everybody being sick at the same time. So instead of it spiking, we wanted to flatten it out over a longer fucking period of time. They told us that. They told us a longer period of time. The spread would still happen, but it'd be over a longer period of time. That was March. They locked us down for 2 weeks. Then they locked us down for another 2 weeks. April, some places were still locked down. By May, places were opening back up, but you gotta wear a mask. You gotta wear a mask. Now, like I said, it made sense to me to put on a mask in February because only 1 or 2 people had it. You know, 1 or 2 people you could contain. 1 or 2 people you could keep from touching door handles in public. 1 or 2 people you could keep from sneezing on a bus or in a restaurant. But 30, 40, 100, 200, couple thousand in a metro area, you're going to keep their droplets, allegedly, their viral load from being spread around a damn city by putting on a fucking mask. A mask that propaganda, folks. I'm not saying the medical advice was wrong. YouTube, I'm not giving medical advice. I'm not spreading a conspiracy theory. What I'm saying is this is what they told us, and these were my thoughts at the time. At the time. I get on social media and I say I don't think the lockdown's going to work. I think it's already spread too far. I got on social media. I said, okay, I can understand a week or 2, but now we're going on a month being locked down. This is going to hurt our economy bad. and hurt our children bad. And I was watching videos of them going in the ocean and pulling a guy out of the ocean because he might get COVID in the goddamn ocean. I'm watching them arrest mothers for letting their children play in playgrounds. I'm watching people hugging their loved ones through a plastic curtain. I'm hearing people talk about fucking Zoom. Having funerals on Zoom. Going to court on Zoom. Nothing against Zoom. I went to court on Zoom during the pandemic. Zoom's kind of cool like that. You ain't got to be there. You ain't got to get dressed. You don't even have to put on pants to go to court. Cool. But that's not society. That's not how you keep society running. And I was told my thinking was going to kill your grandma. And then the masks, and then the shots. And I was like, none of this has done anything to stop the spread. And in fact, in the beginning, we were told, like I said, to flatten the curve and make it longer. Make the spread longer. So it spread longer and further and mutated. Some would argue that the mutation happened. Some would argue that the mutation happened because it couldn't burn out quick enough. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not giving medical advice. I want to make that very fucking clear. But the idea that these people put us through all of this, and let me stop myself because I fucking know. Before I even started this stream, I knew, and I still fucking know, this article, it's Fed bait. It's Fed posting fucking bait to get people like me and people like you responding to this in an angry way. Because the next article, mark my fucking words, here's my prediction. Mark my fucking words and come back and tell me I was right or wrong. Within the next month, the follow-up. It's not going to be Emily Oster of The Atlantic, but somebody's going to follow this up with, well, look how aggressive people got at the idea of forgiveness. People want to be violent. Right-wingers are extremists. Mark my words. That article is coming. And this article was the setup. It was the bait. This article is the bait to get people like me to make a video like this so that later they can say, oh, look how angry the right-wingers are. But I don't care. I deserve to be angry. You deserve to be angry. Nobody is forgiven for the bullshit that I was just talking about. Nobody is forgiven for the children who can barely speak English because at the age in which you're supposed to be reading people's lips, they were looking at masks. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You tried to keep the schools closed. You tried to force mandates. And I forget now which state it was. I think it was New York. Just had a wonderful court case where now they have to pay all the people they laid off. Bring them back to work. Because you didn't have the right to mandate people take drugs to come to work. So yeah, one other thing I want to mention is when this article came out, I got curious. So I went to a far leftist nut job community, and I'm not going to name that community. I went to a far leftist nut job community where for the past 3 years they've been super, super panicky about COVID-19. And they were mad about this article. They were mad about this article. Why? Because they're idiots. And they thought this article was written by us, wanting to be forgiven for spreading COVID. Think about that. They didn't even read the article, but they were upset by it because they thought we were apologizing for spreading COVID, for ignoring their tyranny. They thought we were apologizing for taking the horse paste. I mean, this is the political division in 2022. November 2022, this is our political division, is that you have people who are so ingrained as branch COVIDians that they're not able to admit what our government has now admitted about the injections, the masks, the viral spread, the origins of the virus. Nope, it's all a right-wing conspiracy. But these people think, hey man, yeah, we know things have been tough and harsh. We know we were really angry at you and real harsh on you, but, you know, maybe you could just forgive us for that. Maybe. No. No forgiveness. Because there was no forgiveness for the mothers getting arrested. No forgiveness for the divorcing parents where one parent was told that they weren't allowed to see the child because COVID. The people arrested for opening their business. The people arrested for not even opening their business, but for merely saying, hey, I can maybe sell something out the back door if you're wearing gloves and a mask. For Michigan, saying, no, you can't, you can't buy things at Walmart unless it's food. Fuck you. While the governor of Michigan is sending COVID patients into old folks' homes to infect the elderly and kill people. And Cuomo doing the same in New York. You want forgiveness. When your death tolls were as high as Florida, and Florida's average age is like 150, we know it affects the elderly and the obese. So let's look at the most obese states and the most elderly states. Oh yeah, Florida. Oh yeah. Meanwhile, New York and Michigan, you got just as high of a death count as Florida. And you're telling me that Florida, where they didn't participate in your tyranny and your bullshit. Oh, look at all the deaths they had. Well, yeah. Because their average age is like 150. How old are people in Detroit? How old are people in Albany? What's the average age? Not very old, because when they get old in New York, they move to fucking Florida. Anyway, we're approaching closer to the end of the show now. I've got one more sip of whiskey. If anyone is here in the chat, I can't tell. I've got a little tiny part of my window dedicated to see in the chat. If anyone's here in the chat, tell me, who should I give a toast to? If you're here. Anyone. I can't even see if anyone's there. I could only just see. If something pops up in the chat, I'll give a toast. But in the meantime, I'm going to ask you folks for a little help. I'm trying to grow this channel. So down in the description, I've got my link to the Rumble version of this channel. I can't live stream on Rumble yet. I got to get a bunch of followers, but after this show is over, it will post over to the Rumble at some point tomorrow. So yeah, I would like to eventually move this show over to Rumble so that maybe I don't have to give so many damn disclaimers about medical and election information. So help me by following me on Rumble, sharing the link to Rumble, sharing the link to this channel, sharing this video off platform. Give me a like, little thumbs up right down below. Click the subscribe button if you want to catch any of my future content. And if you want to catch me live, hit that little bell for notifications. If you got the YouTube app on one of your smart devices and you got that little bell clicked, then next time I go live, it might pop up, bling, Miles Culture Plate is going live. It might. I doubt it, but it might. So I'm not seeing anybody telling me who to toast, and I've already toasted Nick Rekieta. You know what? Here's who I'll toast. I'm going to toast Drexel, Nick Rekieta's best friend, Drexel. Here's a toast to 100 episodes of the MGTOW podcast. So if you're interested in MGTOW and Manosphere stuff, go check out Drex and the MGTOW podcast, MIGTOWN podcast. Drexel, Nick Rekieta's best friend. Cool dude. Cheers to you, brother. Ooh. I just wish it was a better whiskey. Oh. That's going to give me bone rot. Oh. Man, I wish I had that meme here right now. A funny meme I saw this week. You know, I'm in Nick Rekieta's locals chat all the damn time, and people are posting funny memes. There's this one where somebody posted a picture of a package for a boner pill. It was boner plus IQ, like sexual enhancement plus IQ enhancement. It had a tiger fucking a rhino on the package and a picture of Albert Einstein above it. And anyway, it said no bone rot at the bottom. No bone rot was hilarious. Anyway. But no, Metallica's Blackened, man. It'll give you bone rot, man. It will definitely give you bone rot. I mean, this is worse than the wah pedal. Than Kirk Hammett's wah pedal. Kirk Hammett's wah pedal going down your throat would be better than Blackened. So yeah, I don't know. I heard now they have like 2 or 3 different whiskeys. Blackened does. And now, allegedly, they're going to be selling cigars, too. But if they taste like the metal on a urinal, yeah, don't buy it. This is not a $70 bottle of whiskey. If you like fucking $20 Jim Beam and cheaper fucking well whiskey rot gut, I mean, that's pretty much... It's pretty much that with a little berry aftertaste. So, anyway, that's the show for today. We are now reaching an hour, and I'd like to thank everybody who showed up. I hope to catch you next time, which would be this Saturday afternoon around 4-ish. Come on back for that show. Again, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Catch you next time on Miles Culture Plate. Love y'all. Peace